Hello, and welcome to this second lecture of concept use testing in this course on winning prototype development. I am Arun Singhal, your management coach and mentor with 40 years of experience in people development. So in this section, we have started looking at how can we use concept use testing in determining the winning prototype after having developed the prototype fully, right? And in this lecture, what we will do is we will look at how to do the concept use test. We talked about the background and the recap for the concept use test in the last lecture, and here we will talk about how to do concept use test. Right? Ready for that? Wonderful. So recap. Let's look at what is concept use test. What do you think? Can you recall what is concept use test? Okay, so concept use test is a two-stage testing of a fully developed prototype, like we should have at this point of time, right? In which what we do is we show the fully developed prototype, including the packaging if we have a value proposition written down on the pack or and the price to the target customers. Right, and then we ask their liking and purchase intentions of the fully developed product along with all those elements that we talked about just now. And then we give them a sample free to use, and then we, after the usage period, we come back and take a post-use feedback on the satisfaction level and on the repurchase intentions from the customers. And this helps us decide if the prototype is a winning prototype, if the score of the purchase intention in the post use is more than 80%, including even in the pre usage stage, then we said we have a winning prototype, right? So that's what the concept use test is, as we had talked earlier about in one of the lectures very early. So I'll take you through little more details of this. So what questions will you ask to know liking and purchase intention? So developing the product, showing it, that's all not rocket science, right? But the rocket science lies in asking the right questions. And here, the question to be from me to you is that what questions will you ask to know liking and purchase intention? Any thoughts? Okay. So there are five or six questions that I am putting in front of you, and you could definitely see the first four very relevant here. The fifth one, depending on whether you are whether you want to determine price. So the first question that you should ask is, once you show the product, you give the product, it will display the product there. You should say, how much do you like the product shown? And the reason for liking this is that in the consumer buyer behavior model, we know that we go through an IDA process: awareness, interest, desire, and action. So once you have displayed your product, shown the product, the consumer is aware, and then the question is, how much does that product interest her? How much he or she likes that product? And we test this on a 5 point Likert scale, one being I don't like it at all, and five being I like it a lot. And then also you ask the questions on, can you please tell me the reasons for liking or disliking, so that you know in your pack design product, the way it is displayed, what is it that they like, what is it that they don't like, and that gives them the reason for not liking it, right? Then the third question that you ask is, what is the probability of buying if this product is offered to you? What is your probability of buying? The purchase intention. And there again, it's a 5 point scale with one being definitely not buy and five being definitely buy. And again, you ask the questions of the reasons for buying or not buying. And the last question that you can ask is, what price will you be willing to pay for such a product, to kind of understand whether your pricing is right or not, right? So these are five questions that we ask. And we will see how do we analyze this in the next lecture. The next step comes that when you give the product and come back after a certain period of time, depending on the consumption period of the product, you detect a post-use feedback. So what kind of questions do you think you can ask at this stage, in the post-use and repurchase intention stage? Here again, there are five questions that I would suggest you to definitely take a look at apart from anything else that you want to know. One is, how satisfied are you with the product used? So you have used the product. How satisfied are you with the product used? And here one could be not at all, and to five being very satisfied. And again, the reasons. So the reasons are the gold mine that you will know, because in case your product is not liked, you will know why they have not liked it. If they liked, you will know why they have liked it, why they are satisfied with the product, and that give you a lot of insights into what to improve and what to keep. The third question will be, what is the probability of buying it again? And again, a 5 point scale similar to last time. And again, the reasons for buying or not buying. And finally, a price, what you'll be willing to pay for such a product. So these are the 5 questions that you ask, and with that, you collect the data, and then you determine, then you analyze to see whether you have any of them as winning prototype. When I say any of them, I'm saying that you may have multiple prototypes and you may have multiple panels like this, matched panels in terms of the respondent profile, and you do all this in parallel, and then you see where is your best traction happening, where is that probability of purchase or purchase satisfaction with the product used and repurchase intentions are 80% plus ideally, right? And that becomes your winning prototype, and we will look at that in more in the next detail. So as I was saying, in the next module we will look at how to analyze the consumer use test, concept use test results to find the winning prototype. And how do we do that, we'll take a look at in the next module. So thank you so much for watching this second lecture of concept use test. I hope you continue to learn something new, continue to like, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.